Okay, ready? Set. I better back up. Go. Go.
Come on, George.
George. You got it. Yes. Okay. That's one. All right, let it go. Let it go.
That's Ray Tangway. Does everybody know Ray?
No. I should know him. I work for him.
Okay, you all know Laura Simon.
Yeah.
And do all of you know Nat Air? Nat is the guy who's looking in to the camera there. And what this is about, hold it. What this is about is there's a program that goes on television, Channel 15. It's a special channel.
I've seen that.
And it goes on once a week, and we deal with housing, problems of housing in the city. And what Nat wants to film this week is this special camp that you guys are going to, okay? Now, remember, everybody out there in the TV land who's watching us doesn't know as much about this summer camp as you do. So what your job is to try to explain to the people what's going on. Who wants to help me explain what's going on? Raise your hand. Okay. Well, why don't you start off? What is your name?
Court.
Clark?
Yeah, Court.
Okay. And you live at Franklin Square?
Yep.
Okay. And you're going to this summer camp. How's it going so far?
Pretty good.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what you're looking forward to.
Well, I'm looking for, the stuff that I like here is swimming.
Okay. And how often do you get a chance to go swimming?
Let me see. We use 4 times a day.
No, one at a time. Clark.
Almost every day.
Okay. We get down to the lake.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a good, do you know how to swim yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know.
Will you go to North Beach or Letty Park? Or?
North.
Okay. And you get there in the bus. We have a bus over there, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Good. So you enjoy swimming.
Yeah.
And what else do you enjoy that
Let me see.
you do at summer camp?
When we play games.
Okay. And what kind of games do you play?
Kickball, soccer, baseball, capture the flag.
Okay. You guys pretty good ball players?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite game?
Favorite game is baseball.
Okay. So you're playing softball or hardball?
Hardball. I play hard.
Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. Have you guys gone on any trips yet?
No. Yeah. Chocolate factory. We went to the chocolate factory. We went up.
Where is the chocolate factory
Let
located?
me see. Pine Street, near Oak Ledge.
Did you get any chocolate to eat?
Yep. Yeah. 2 samples. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Smell pretty good?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it. And I know that there is, I think, every week a trip that's scheduled. Do you know some of the other trips where you guys are going to be going? Who knows?
Sandbar. Oh,
Sandbar Park. Anyone ever been out to Sandbar?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really
I
nice
went down there
state.
yesterday.
Okay, and where else are you going?
Potato chip factory.
Potato. Oh, that's right. That's on Pine Street too, right?
I think so.
Okay, what is your name?
Derek.
Derek?
Yep.
Okay, so how do you like the camp so far, Derek?
It's fun. We get to play a lot of games and everything.
Okay.
The one I like best is we go out and hide. But Commando. Yeah, Commando. It's the camp director, Joe. He sent us down to the river, and we didn't know which way to turn. And so we turned the wrong way, and we got lost, and we ended up way over there by the belt line, by the parking spot over there.
Alright,
The
one at a
parking
time,
garage,
one at
the
a time.
section that
Okay.
comes into here. And then we had to.
Did you get nervous?
No. Yeah, we
Well, that's a pretty good, interesting. I've been down there. That's pretty interesting exploring, isn't it?
We saw a beaver pond and everything.
Okay. You know what? Many people don't know. Do you know where you are right now?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Mooski.
Valley Park Authority, but it's the Ethan Allen Homestead area. And there are a lot of people, I bet, who are watching television right now who have never been down here. And what's really beautiful, first of all, this is just a beautiful spot, and there's a lot of area down by the river that you can explore, right?
Yeah. And down over there, there's some raspberries over here and there. And over there. Nice big
You guys pick 'em?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you ate 'em.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got full by lunchtime almost.
Have you gone on? Yeah, go on.
We made our own trails and everything down by the beaver pond.
That sounds pretty
Then
fantastic.
finally we,
Who knows who Ethan Allen? Have you been to Ethan Allen's home yet?
Yep. Yeah.
Who knows who Ethan Allen is?
Ira Allen's brother.
Yeah, he's Ira Allen's brother, but Ira Allen was Ethan Allen's brother.
No kidding. Oh, I
That's right.
Leader of the Green Mountain Boys.
Good. And you know anything about that? What does that have to do with Vermont history? Who knows? Anybody learn anything about that in school yet?
Yeah.
You know some, what is your name?
Jamie.
Jamie. Well, what do you know about Ethan Allen? You know much about him?
Yeah. She does.
Well, he lived in that house down there
Yeah, I
anyhow,
know a
huh?
lot. He used to.
Okay. Well, Ethan Allen was
He's a pretty good.
he was a pretty interesting guy. That's right. He was alive at the time when Vermont became a republic, and was, as you say, he was active in the Green Mountain Boys. You know what that was about? Who knows what the Green Mountain Boys was about? You know that there was a time when Vermont was part of New York State. There was a big debate whether Vermont.
And New Hampshire.
That's right. And there was a time where some towns in Vermont were part of New Hampshire, and there was a whole question: should Vermont join the United States of America? Should Vermont join Canada? You know, sometimes there were some people who thought that Vermont should join Canada. What?
Their first idea to name Vermont was New Connecticut.
That's right, because Ethan Allen, among other things, came from Connecticut. A lot of the people who came to Vermont came from Connecticut.
The name Vermont stands for Green Mountains.
Very good.
Did you know you look like somebody on Back to the Future?
I look like
Yeah, he looks like that guy on Back to the Future. Not Michael J. Fox, the other guy.
Okay, Joe, do you want to come on up here maybe and...
All right, go!
All right, let's hear a big hand for Joe. Joe, you are the head counselor?
Yes.
Director of the...
Head counselor is good
okay,
enough.
can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Well, every day at 9 o'clock, the kids from Franklin Square take a bus down here to Winooski Valley, and from there we do different activities. In the morning, some of them right now have started swimming lessons down at Letty Park, and some stay here with me and do activities here, and then we get back together, all together in the afternoon. 3 days a week we go to North Beach to swim, and a couple of days we do different whole group activities here, and then occasionally we take special trips.
That sounds good. How things been going so far?
Pretty good, pretty good. The swimming has been great, and they're looking forward to doing more of it now the hot weather's here.
Okay, this is the beginning of the second week of the program.
Beginning of the third.
Third week, right, okay. And how many kids do we have in the program?
We're averaging right around 35, although some have started to go to different day camps and Salvation Army camps, so the number is flexible every week.
Okay, and this is the very first year, I think, that the city has been involved in the day camp program. Is that
As I understand it, yes.
Yeah.
Although they've done playground type activities for several years.
Right. Where's Mike, do you want to come in? I think I know the origin of the program, and Ray, you come on in a moment. Okay, I think that the program makes a lot of sense unto itself in that we provide good activities for the kids at Franklin Square, but I think it was a special reason that we did it this year, correct?
Yeah, the origin of this day camp was, it came out of the discussions surrounding the modernization of Franklin Square and Riverside Avenue. Of course, this year is the year we got funding to do some work at Franklin Square, so part of the idea was to not only to get the kids out and get them into an enriching experience like you have here and in the Burlington Park system, but also to get them off the site while heavy construction is undergoing. And even though we've fallen a little bit behind on the construction schedule, it's we still see it as a very valuable program. And the unique part about it is that it's a true joint effort. We have Burlington Housing Authority, the Park and Recreation Department, Ray Tangway has done a lot of work on this, and the Winooski Valley Park District. And as well as Laura Simon and my staff has gone out and gotten a lot of generous donations. For example, McDonald's has donated all the drink mix for the entire summer and so forth. So there is a larger picture to this, and we hope to carry it over into the years to come.
Okay, so this is the first year of what we hope will be an ongoing program. All right, and at least one of the precipitating factors was the fact that construction work is presumably beginning at Franklin Square.
That's right.
This year. Do you guys know what's going on in terms of your houses? Who knows? So what do you think about that? Is that going to be nice?
No.
No. Well, why do you think it's going to be nice or it's not going to be nice?
No.
Why do you think it's not going to be nice?
Good.
Yeah, why?
Good.
Well, I think it is going to be nice. I think we're going to be spending, how much, Mike, about $1 million?
All told, we'll be spending $1.6 million.
$1.6 million to make Franklin Square a nicer place for everybody to live. Don't you think that's nice?
Yeah.
All right, that's a lot of money. Mike, maybe at this point you might want to go over what some of the changes are going to be. So I don't know that all these kids know. Do you guys know what some of the changes are going to be out there? All right. Well, Mr. McNamara will tell you what some of the changes are going to be, Mike.
Okay. As far as the construction goes at Franklin Square, we're going to be putting in all new windows, front doors. We'll be putting new roofs and insulation on, as well as complete siding in the first phase. The other thing that's going to happen in the first phase that the kids are going to like is that we're working with the architect right now on a new playground area in the middle.
All right.
That may include some type of a fountain that you can splash in on those hot summer days. So those are some things that we're looking at, and we hope to have finalized plans and specifications to go out to bid later on this month.
The feeling is, Mike, there will be a playground built at Franklin Square?
Oh yes, there'll definitely be.
What do you guys think about that, right?
Yeah! One thing, you forgot a swimming pool. Yeah!
Well, I think you'll like the fountain that we're looking at. But in any case, this Friday, we'll be having a meeting with the tenants out there to go over what some of the plans and specs look like. We're going to be doing 3 model apartments. That's the other thing we're going to be doing in the first round, so that everybody's going to be able to see what their new apartment is going to look like. So they'll be in the model apartments. There's going to be new kitchens, new bathrooms. The whole inside of the apartments is going to be redone, and so far what we've seen from the architect, they're really dramatic difference.
Okay, you mentioned with the behind schedule already. What does that mean? Now, we've started already on the rec hall. All you guys are on the rec hall, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that's going on there?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, what is going to happen in the rec hall? What's that going to look like?
Right now, Burlington Youth Employment Program is working on the rec hall, and what's going to happen there is again, all new windows and doors. They're going to put a skylight type arrangement in the roof so that we have more natural light in there. And it's going to be completely renovated so people can use it, and right now it's sort of a dull and dingy place, but when it's done, it's going to be quite a big difference and a real usable space for tenants to use and to enjoy.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Okay, so what Mike is saying is that there are 2 reasons here. Number 1, to have a good time and just enjoy yourselves, and this is really beautiful area, isn't it? And it's a nice area to explore. And second of all, when construction is going on, there's a lot of big machinery there, and people drilling and cutting things. It's a good idea for little kids not to be there, because they might get cut instead of the wood. Now that would be a real problem, wouldn't it?
No.
All right, so we want to cut the wood and not cut you, so they can move a little bit faster. Let me ask, while I have all of you kids here, all right, I want to change the topic a little bit. What school? I want to ask you a little bit about your favorite subject, which is school, right? No. Wait a second. What school do you guys go to? Who can tell me?
I go to Flynn.
Most of you go to Flynn?
Fair.
Flynn and Thayer.
Most of them go to Fair.
All right.
But 2.
And they're going to be going to Flynn. For 2.
No, all of us. Some should be going to
All right.
Not me.
Hold on. All right. Now, 1 second. Some of you going to hunt now? You going to hunt?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, you going to hunt?
Yeah.
Okay. How is school going? Do you like school?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, what do you guys think about school? I want you to tell me honestly. Yeah, you can tell me honestly what you think about school? Yeah. Do you like school? Well, we don't need... You hate school.
Yeah.
Hold it. Raise your hand. Do you want to tell me why you hate school? Tell me why.
Because they tell us what to do and I don't like it. I like to swear a lot.
Well, you like to swear a lot. Well, that's not such a good idea. Do you think you should be learning something? How are you good readers and writers?
Yeah.
Hold it. Now, why do you think... Yeah. Do you want... What is your name?
John.
John? Okay. And you go to which school?
I wouldn't be going to hunt. I wasn't there.
Okay. You weren't there. Did you enjoy there?
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. And what are some of the subjects that you're interested in?
Oh, like science, math, and social studies.
Fantastic. That's good. You enjoy the teachers that you've had?
Yes, so far.
Okay. Do you guys know why your teachers are sometimes hard on you? Why they want you to learn to read? No, they're not.
No.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What is your name?
George.
All right, George. Do you think it's important that you know how to read well and write?
No.
Oh, you think not? Oh, really? Okay, do tell me why you think it's important that you not know how to read. Well, tell me. Now, you think you're going to be able to go out, wait a minute, in 10 years from now, when you're going to have to go out and get a job, do you think it's going to be important that you know how to read?
I know how to read anyways.
All right, well, do you think it's important that you know how to read well, and you know how to write and express yourselves?
I can do that.
Can you read and write pretty well?
Yeah.
Do you think it's important that you know what's going on in the world? You don't think so? Or you tell me why? Who's going to make... What are some of the problems that you see? Wait a second. I'm going to ask you guys a question, all right? What are some of the problems that you see around you? Do you see any problems around you? Is everybody doing just fine?
No.
Or there are some problems?
Yeah.
All right, who's going to tell me what some of the problems?
Somebody else's
Well,
report card.
Somebody else? Well, tell me about some of the problems that you see and how we're going to solve some of the problems. Who can help me on that? John, do you want to help me? What are some of the problems that you see?
I don't really see many problems at all.
Okay, do you think everybody you know has enough money?
No.
All right, is that a problem?
Yes.
Does everybody you know have decent jobs?
No.
Well, some people do and some people don't. Okay? Does everybody, do any of the older kids that you know have some problems with drugs occasionally?
No.
Well, who wants to talk to me about that one? What about drugs? Is that a problem?
I like Coke.
Okay, do you want to talk about that one? Hold on, who said they like Coke?
Me.
You tell me about that.
I like
What?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola. All right, but who knows about cocaine? Anyone ever seen cocaine?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Hold it, one at a time. What about cocaine? Good thing, bad thing, what?
Bad.
Thing.
Why is it bad?
Because it has a bad effect on the body.
That's right. Do you know people who take drugs?
No.
You don't have to tell me who, but I bet you do.
I do.
Okay. All right. All right. Hold it. Why do people take drugs? Do you think they're smart?
No.
They think they're big shots.
That's exactly right. They think they're doing something that's very cool. What in fact are they doing? Does anyone know what cocaine does to you?
Yes.
No, well, what is it? That's right. It screws up your mind and it screws up your body. What about even smoking cigarettes? Who here smokes? Let me hear. Come on, raise your hand.
Mom and my father.
Well, other than your parents, who smokes?
Me.
You smoke already? I've seen a lot of kids who were 12 and 11 smoking.
I don't smoke.
All right.
I don't smoke because I'm a little kid. I'm only 5 years old.
Well, I don't want you to smoke. Do you know who can tell me? Hold it. Who can tell me? 1 second, please.
I smoke
Who can tell me why smoking is not very smart?
because it hurts your lungs.
That's right. What kind of disease does it give you?
Lung cancer.
Now, have you ever known anybody?
Lung cancer,
Have you
mouth cancer.
That's right. Exactly. Have you ever known people who have had cancer?
No.
Grow up.
One of my grandmothers had cancer.
Okay.
I do.
Cancer is a very painful, horrible disease. And one of the causes of cancer is smoking. And smoking also causes a whole lot of other kinds of problems that make you sick. And I think one of the things that bothers me is that sometimes kids think it's very cool to smoke, right? And then they get caught in that habit and they end up getting themselves pretty sick. It's a waste of money and it's not very smart.
Right.
Okay? What are the other problems that you guys see? John, do you have any thoughts? I see, I'm trying to argue with these kids. They think they're very smart and that school is not important.
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, I disagree with you. All right? I think you're dumb if you don't sit down and learn how to read and write. You know why?
I am dumb.
Well, I think you're dumb if you don't. You tell me why. You tell me why. All right? Why am I right and you're wrong? Well, you think you're right and I'm wrong? Well, then you tell me that. Well, you tell me why. Okay, you tell me why.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good habit to get into? You look like a smart kid.
Because you're born.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, you were not born stupid. Come here. Come here.
That's on the outside. Check the inside. Maybe you'll see something.
That's right. Do you think that, what is your name?
Ernest.
You think you're dumb?
Yep.
Well, I'm the mayor of the city and I don't think you're dumb, Ernest. And you know where, the only way I think you're dumb? I think when you think you're dumb. Because you're not. But if you get into the habit of thinking you're dumb and you can't do anything, then that's what you're going to end up doing, is not doing anything. All right? And I bet you can read. Can you know how to read yet? Can you read yet pretty well? And you can write? And I think when you get into that, you're going to find that reading is interesting. There's a lot of things to be known out there. Okay? All right? And I would hope that you don't give up on yourself. Yep. Okay, who else? Some other things that they want to say. Okay, what would you like to say, sweetheart?
I had an old dog and somebody
I can't hear you. Speak a little bit clearer. Okay.
my mama gave away my dog.
Oh, couldn't keep the dog?
We got another one though.
You do have another dog. What?
Yeah. His name is Smokey.
You like Smokey?
He's hairy though. He's hair. He's bushy.
He's bushy. Huh? Well, a lot of dogs in Castle like
He's a
that.
bushy dog. I got 3 cats.
Okay, let me have the microphone. Okay, anybody else have anything that they want to say?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like to say?
Hi, Mom.
Okay, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful summer, and I think you will. Okay, I think there's a lot of exciting things that you can do, and it looks like you have some very nice counselors, and you're located in a beautiful area, and there's a lot to explore. Okay? And I hope that you take school seriously because you can have fun in school.
Some of the counselors think they're awesome.
Think they're awesome. Well,
Like the one sitting right next to you.
well, be sympathetic to your counselors. It's hard. I used to be a counselor. It's hard to be a counselor.
Hey, Joe's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yo, cool.
Now think, how would you like to be a counselor for all of you kids? It's a pretty hard job, right?
Yeah, I can kill myself for a second.
There you go. All right. So he hasn't killed himself yet. He seems to be all right.
Nor you yet either.
Ray, Laura, did you want to say a few words? Come on, Laura, come up here. All right.
Come on, Laura.
Laura is a very media-shy social worker who works at the Burlington Housing Authority and does an outstanding job working with both the kids and the elderly, and I know put a lot of energy into making this program a success. Laura, you want to just...
Well, our next step is to find businesses and other camps to work together to find a way to continue this. We had a good summer, but we don't have definite funding after this, and it's really been a positive effect for the kids. So.
Well, we are going to make sure that we have money to continue the program. This year, we have placed a special emphasis. Ray, do you want to come forward? Ray Tangway is head of the Recreation Department of the Burlington Park System. And this year, not only do we have a good program for the kids at Franklin Square, but we also have a very nice program at the Bond School. And I understand that's off to a pretty good start, right? For the kids in the Old North End.
Absolutely.
Did I hear we had 60 or 70 kids sign up for that program? Was
128.
that 128 kids?
128.
You see, I think for many years we have been negligent in that part of town, and this year we've made a special effort and we've put some extra funding in. I know we have some of the most exciting cultural programs that we've ever done. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are these kids going to be involved in some of that, or is this running pretty separately from that program?
What we're going to do is...
Why don't you come a little closer and grab the mic?
What we're going to do is give everybody a chance to get out and explore not only this area, but see all the other marvelous things that the city is doing, and in all the different areas where everybody's trying hard, so everybody has a good time this summer. And this is kind of a unique experience down here, being in the out of doors and probably a whole new environment, not only for the kids but for the staff as well. And to have such a beautiful place in the middle of the city is really quite unique. And be able to have a bus to take children to ongoing programs and other exciting events going on in town, it's really quite nice. And really a pleasure to work with Laura Simon and Mike McNamara of the Housing Authority, as well as Jennifer Ely of the Winooski Valley Park District. Without these people, this wouldn't have been possible. And so I thank the mayor, too, for his support in our recreation program, because this is a good example of what we can do together, and I'm really excited about it. These kids are going to have a great time.
Thank you, Ray. Okay, let me just summarize, and I also am excited. I think this is, Ray, you would agree with me, I know you've worked for the city for many years, that this is probably the most extensive type of program that we've ever done.
I love it.
Yeah, and we've targeted kids who, in fact, in many ways are really in need of these types of programs, and it looks like we have an excellent staff, and I think it's going to be a great summer. So, on behalf of the city, we thank you all. Who am I supposed to give this to?
Well, we're here today to sign an agreement between the Burlington Housing Authority and Mountain Cable Company for bulk rate billing for Burlington Housing Authority tenants. I would just like to take this opportunity before we sign the document to thank a few people. The City of Burlington, Mayor Sanders, for engineering this from the very beginning. In the original contract, without the proviso in the original contract that bulk billing would be provided for, we would not be sitting here today. Bulk billing will save a substantial amount of money for BHA residents. In some cases as much as $90 per year, or a $7.50 break per month. Some other people who played an important role in this, of course, Bob McGill from Mountain Cable Company, Phil Hughes from Mountain Cable, and perhaps the two unsung heroes would be the two lawyers involved in the whole situation, Neil Mickenberg for BHA and Kathy Davis for the cable company. And I'm going to defer to the mayor and Bob to make a few comments. Thank you.
Bob, you have
No, go ahead, sir.
several years ago, when Mountain Cable indicated an interest in purchasing the old Cox cable system, the city was adamant in a number of ways in making certain that the agreement that would be reached between the people of the city of Burlington and the cable company was going to be as good of an agreement as we possibly could get. And several issues that we discussed with Mountain Cable was, number one, the provision of bulk billing, which meant that in multi-dwelling unit houses, such as those that are owned by the Burlington Housing Authority, that the people in those homes could be given significant discounts by the cable company because of the bulk billing provision. And the result of that agreement is, and what we're signing today, is that the people who are living in all of the Burlington Housing Authority developments, both the senior citizen developments and the low-income housing projects, are going to be receiving a very significant discount in their cable television bills. In fact, they're going to be receiving, to the best of my knowledge, the lowest cable television bills in the state of Vermont. In addition to that, we negotiated with Mountain Cable a provision by which they pay to the city of Burlington $35,000 every year, which in addition to the bulk billing provision goes to supplement and subsidize cable television for low-income senior citizens. And that program has begun, and many hundreds of low-income senior citizens are now going to be enjoying also discounts on their cable television bills. In addition to that, we negotiated with the cable company a provision which, in our view, limits the rate increases that they can receive. And as many people know, that is now in court. In fact, will be heard, I believe, this week by the Supreme Court. And we feel, as it happens, confident that we're going to win that case and that we're going to be able to protect the people of Burlington almost uniquely in America, as cable television has become deregulated in that area as well. So we are proud of the agreement that we struck with the cable company, and what you're seeing here today is one of the aspects of it, and that will mean for many hundreds of our citizens, both senior citizens and low-income families, they're going to be receiving the cable television at the significantly discounted rates. And so we're happy that it took a little while before we're here today, unfortunately, but we're satisfied with the agreement that we're signing today.
I would only say that we're delighted to be a party to this agreement. We have discussed this with Mr. McNamara and with representatives of the city of Burlington for upwards of 6 or 7 months now, and the parties came a great distance apart to the point where we are today, where we have an agreement that speaks not only to a very, very significant discount for basic service in the VHA housing units, but as well some very significant discounts for the optional services. And of course, it's our view that cable is incomplete unless you have some of our optional services. So I'm delighted that the people who live in these units will have an opportunity to get just about everything we have to offer at very significant discounts.